Hi guys, welcome to Tech Tasty, and today we're gonna see and brief review about the Redragon K551 keyboard. So this keyboard I brought it as an part of the Amazon sale which went live right now, and I have been using it for the past 1 month. And this is my short-term review of this product. So as you can see, like I have already unboxed this, and to say one thing, these are not the original keycaps. So these are the HyperX pudding keycaps which I have replaced after I bought it. So this keyboard I bought it for around 3000 rupees, and these keycaps luckily I got it for an offer in 1100 rupees. So the entire build right here as you see is 4100 rupees priced, and I think for the price this is an awesome keyboard, and everything worked great. So when you buy this keyboard, what you get in a box is um, so these are the old keycaps which I have replaced. So these are non-pudding keycaps, and as you can see, I will just open and okay, I have sealed the packs. I can sell down. Okay, I'm a bit clumsy, please forgive me. So these are like the normal keycaps. They are PBT injected, but they are not like complete white with black injection, but black with small white injection in between. So the white injection doesn't go through the keycaps, it only comes until the top part, so that is fine for most people. It doesn't wear out. And also with this keyboard, we do not get this in a box, like I placed it in a box myself, but what we get is this red keycap puller. So this black one was a part of the HyperX kit, but this red one we get it, and we get the switch puller, the metal part, and 4 additional keycaps. So these are the blue switches as you can see. So I bought blue switches because like I like the clicky sound, but now thinking of it, like I think I might have overestimated, because the blue switches are quite a lot clicky than I thought. So as you can hear, it's quite clicky, but only switches means it's fine. But when I am using the keyboard, I was able to observe that when I this key part is mainly a bit more clicky than what I thought. But the stabilized keys, that are the enter keys, shift keys, this enter plus the space bar, these shift keys. So these are the stabilized keys which have stabilizers in them. Those keys are pretty quiet, as you can see here, but these keys are loud. In my personal experience, what I would recommend is going with a red key switch keyboard. So this is a blue key switch keyboard, and actually if you are okay with a lot of clicky noise, actually the clicky noise is not the problem, but the problem is the metallic sound. As you can hear, it's not the talk, but with the talk we receive an metallic sound like chick chick chick. So that sound, so that is the annoying part. So as you can hear in this key, the talk is fine, but the high pitched metallic sound, that is a little bit annoying. But other than that, I would say that this keyboard really works well both for office use and gaming. But for office use, we get a lot of noise, but you just get used to it. And other than that, people might say that this doesn't have an software control feature, but actually it does. We have Redragon software which we can use to control this keyboard. So I will show you the software here. So this is the Redragon software where you can create profiles and create macro actions also. So you can configure actions. So you can configure a set of keys to a particular macro key over in this keyboard. So actually in the original keycaps we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here. So we can configure these with function buttons as macros. So we can do that, but I have replaced the keycaps and I have lost that functionality over here. Also we have macros all over the function buttons, but unluckily I have replaced the keyboard buttons keycaps, so I'm not having them. But you can do a mod like this also. Actually this is a bit jank, but I think that worked for me. So this is the volume down, volume up and mute, so I have marked them. So if I want other buttons, means I can mark them also, but I am not using them continuously. I only use them very rarely, and these are the 3 buttons which I use continuously, so I have written them over here. So I have written them with an CD marker. I could have also used the old keycaps for the function row, but I thought it might mess up with the theme. Also, if you want, you can just replace the arrow buttons or WASD with the original keys. So you can have a themed gamer theme, or you can have a pattern in your keyboard. So that is quite nice. So back to the software. So in software you have macro options, and also we can control the colors. So I have set it to colorful. Colorful means it goes through all RGB modes, but if I disable colorful, it will go through the colors which we select, as you can see here. So you can change the colors to any other color, red or anything. So this is we have 2 models in this class. So one is rainbow and another one is RGB, but I would recommend you to go with RGB, because rainbow, it simply has a single row, or I think each and every row has an individual color and we can't change it. We can make the flow, but we can't change the lighting for key level. So as you can see, this particular key goes through all the colors. It doesn't like stay in a simple single color and like go in a wave pattern, but it changes in a wave pattern with difference in colors. So that is the difference between RGB and rainbow version. So the other features in this software is the speed up of animations. So as you can see, I speeded it up, and when you speed up certain animations, it's really disorienting. So this I would set it at a lower pace. And brightness of the keys. So as you can see, previously it was in lower brightness, so now I have increased it and it looks even more enticing. So that's really cool. And we have a ton of modes here. The one mode which I kind of like is the ripple mode. As you can see, yeah, it's quite nice to look at, but practically we can't use it. When you are gaming, it might be cool, but when you are typing, so when you have a lot of backlight, like how I have right now, so it's well lit, so now you can see the keys. But in a camera you are able to see the keys, but when we are typing, we look at it like this, and in real life it doesn't look this bright as you are seeing in camera, and we can't see the keys quite well. So I would recommend having the backlight enabled. So yeah, another thing is we can click function along with these 6 keys, and each and every key has an lighting pattern in them. So as you can see, if I click insert and it's going to red mode, it will like cycle through colors entirely. And so these are ripple modes for the home button, and for page up it's wave, it goes like this. And for delete, that is the mode which I have set. This is the wave mode, like it changes through the colors, just go like this. So that's really beautiful. So I like this, and I don't set it this bright usually. So brightness control you can do with function up and down. So I am reducing the brightness, increasing the brightness. So I set it usually at this level. So this is the comfortable level for me. So who would this keyboard be for? I would recommend for gamers and people who type a lot and people who like the clicky sound. For people who don't like a lot of clicky sound but want a talk feel, I would recommend the keyboard with brown switches or red switches. So these two are great for those users, but brown switches are a little bit more quieter than red. So if you want a middle ground between blue switches which are quite tactile and brown switches which are very less tactile, you can go for red switches. And unluckily in the market which I live right now, the red switches keyboards are really expensive. Only blue switches are within the price range which I can afford. So that's unfortunate. But if you are living in markets like Europe and US, you have a lot of options for red switches and brown switches also. So luckily you can go for those. And for the price, I would recommend this is a really good keyboard. And we also have a lot of modes which we can do on these keyboards. Like I am planning to do a rubber sheet mode where you remove all the keyboard keycaps, this metal plate, the board, and inside the casing at the bottom. At the bottom over here, on top of the bottom, we can place a rubber sheet that will reduce the clickiness and metallic sound which we get. And the another thing which we can do is we can remove this keycap. So as you can see, we can get these latches off, remove it, and then we can inject dielectric grease in them. So when we insert dielectric grease, what happens is this clicky metallic sound will reduce and we will get a more of a red switch like feel on a blue switch. So that's really cool. So I'm planning to do those, and I will put a video on them after I have created those modes, so we can view them all together. So that's cool. Okay guys, so this is the review of the Redragon K551 Mitra keyboard. So please do subscribe to my channel, and you will be receiving a lot of tech related topics and product reviews in the future coming days. So thank you for watching.